Am I the butthole for using my mother's own threat against her and calling my brother a tattletale? I will turn 19 on Thanksgiving this year. My mother is extremely controlling. She doesn't think your birthday should be celebrated if it falls on a holiday, so I and my older sister, 22 female, whose birthday is sometimes on Easter will sometimes not be acknowledged at all because your birthday isn't a holiday. And she will kick people out if they wished us a happy birthday. It's ridiculous. This isn't even the most controlling thing she does. If you get upset, you're the problem and how dare you hurt her feelings? So my sister said she'd bring me a cupcake for my birthday that I could have after everyone left. My brother, 13 male, overheard and told my mother and she kicked up a big fuss about it. She called my sister and they got into an argument, and now my sister isn't coming at all because my mother uninvited her. I miss my sister, so when she invited me to her place instead, I said yes. My brother tattled again and my mom tried to tell me I couldn't go. My sister has offered me a room in her apartment and I'm really tempted to move. I told my mother I was going and she couldn't stop me, and if she threatened to kick me out like she likes to do, I had somewhere to go, so let me know if I need to start packing. She just sort of floundered for a minute before turning on the tears. I just walked away. She doesn't want me to move because she needs my extra help with my brother, like driving him places and keeping an eye on him. My brother said I was being in butthole, but I told him if he wasn't always such a tattletale this wouldn't be a problem. I then shut the door in his face. My sister is thrilled I stood up for myself, but I got a call from my grandmother, who is also controlling, saying I'm being ridiculous and I owe everyone an apology. Am I the butthole here? Update: I want to thank everyone for their response. I really appreciate it. I am moving in with my sister this weekend. I'm packing little at a time. I don't want to raise her suspicion or she'll be awful until I leave or try and stop me. I already have my important documents, and will leave either Friday night or early Saturday morning. To address a few comments I got about my brother, he thinks it's funny when she yells at me or my sister and consistently tries to get us in trouble because he's her good kid. Absolutely NTA, and take up that offer from your sister ASAP. Your mother is toxic. Edit: congratulations user Thanksgiving birthday. Please post an update once you've settled into the new apartment. Here's wishing you and your sister a very happy Thanksgiving. Reddit link. Moving out can save your sanity. And your grandmother is toxic too. Be kind to yourself and move in with your sister. Not the butthole. You should check r/raised by narcissists. Reddit link. I may be a petty Betty, but I would be burning bridges on my way out. I love the smell of burning bridges in the morning. Smells like independence. Op will not go quietly into the night. Op will not vanish without a fight. Op is going to live on. Op is going to survive. Op will celebrate their Independence Day. This belongs or r/poetry, Reddit link. I give credit to the president's speech from the movie Independence Day, from which I made minor changes. LOL. Smells like victory. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. To hell with burning, napalm that crap and then spread the ashes so that crap can never be rebuilt. While you're at it, salt the earth for good measure. Bah, amateurs. Send in the RFG, rod from God. Titanium rod launched from space. All the power of a nuke, none of the radiation. That is the scariest thing I think I have ever seen. The video I watched about RFG is the most amazing and terrifying thing ever. Is it in production yet? No, they are specifically banned by international treaty. They're a conceptual weapon. It does, however, show up in Call of Duty Ghosts. The internet breaks the Universal Declaration on the Rights of Human on a daily basis. Why should some stupid treaty stop us? Reddit, get that GoFundMe going. Don't know why, but it reminded me the Lance of Longinus. Haha. Seriously, Op. You don't owe your mother an apology. You don't owe her crap. You don't owe her for letting you live with her, you don't owe her for feeding you, you don't owe her for clothing you, and you don't owe her for giving birth to you. And you sure as hell don't owe her taking care of your younger brother. If she doesn't want you to leave, then maybe she should have treated you like a human being. This 100%. When I told my mom I was moving out, She pulled all of these things. Despite me paying rent for the last year living there, it was still a house that she provided, even though that wasn't even close to true. She didn't put up much of a fight when I left, but demanded I leave my key, as if I was just renting a room. When I finished packing my car and gave her, edit, typo, my key, she cried and told me to keep it and said she'd miss me so much. Moving out was the best thing I've ever done for myself, and I'm thriving. I even started building a better relationship with my mom after being out about a year. Now I've been out on my own for, edit, typo, 3 years, and I quite enjoy going over to my parents for dinner or to chill for the day, and it's even better that I get to leave at the end, smiley face. Same after I moved out. This 100%. To add to the you don't owe her crap part, she signed up for that one at the moment of conception. Yes. I moved out, and it's literally one of the best decisions I've ever made. Edit. Thank you all for the cake day wishes. Happy Cake Day. Today's not a holiday, so I permit you to celebrate this cake day. Well played. Have my upvote. Sorry, today is Sigh. And also bye Dooge. So no cake day for you. Unless International Day of Tolerance cancels out that rule. Darn. Better luck next year. Sorry, today is the day of Estonian sovereignty. I'm so happy you got out of there. Happy Cake Day. Thank you. I am too. Happy Cake Day. Well done. That is huge. Celebrate big. Lol, I will when I can afford it. Amen. NTA, I would move out regardless of what your mom does if your sister is offering the room. The sooner you gain independence from your mom, the more power over your own life you will have. On another note, your brother sounds like he's been spoiled. I wouldn't put any stock in what he says. Agree, I think he is also being a parrot if anything and doesn't fully realize how much he is hurting you. Oh, he probably does. 13 years old is definitely old enough to understand when he's causing pain. He probably finds it amusing. Especially since, as others have said, he's being raised to think that his feelings matter but others don't. True. My comment is more for a sliver of hope that he doesn't become a narcissist like his mom, but it might be too late as he is already so entitled. The younger brother will learn his lesson when Original Post moves out and he becomes the mother's new target. Exactly right. He won't be golden child anymore. Looks like he needs a lesson from life. He's about to get one now that he'll be the only kid the mom can turn her bullcrap on. He sounds like the golden child. At 13, I said and did things I regret without realizing the issues I was causing. 13 is pretty young emotionally, especially if the parents aren't working on his character or emotional growth. Yeah. Even at like 16 I was a brat. I was a super immature kid. I'd go back in time and slap the crap out of myself for being the butthole I was. 13 is old enough to know a lot of things, but he's still an immature kid. If anything, it seems like he tattles and takes his mother's side to be in her good graces and gain her affection, which is probably pretty sparse otherwise. He can't be trusted, but to me it's actually pretty sad rather than malicious. Yeah, I agree. And although I think Original Post needs to get the F out of there ASAP, I feel bad for the little brother left behind to deal with the mother alone now. It's only going to get worse for him from here on out. Yes and no. 13 is old enough to understand he's causing pain, but it's not at all uncommon for 13-year-olds to have no empathy with that pain, to inflict it because it amuses them. There's usually 1 or 2 per class. I suspect his home environment is not a great one for learning empathy. And I'm pretty sure his mother has made no efforts to teach it to him. Also, he's going to learn to hate his life real quick once mom's outlet for her controlling behavior moves out. Brother sounds like the typical golden child. Mom just keeps Original Post around to have someone to belittle and be a servant to the brother. Yeah, that was my reading. He's not going to find it so funny when his mother doesn't have someone else to yell out. Narcissists need a scapegoat far more than they need a golden child. Truth. My mother's, already rocky, marriage fell apart rather quickly once I moved out, because while her husband was perfectly okay with her abusing me, he was less amused when she turned her attention to his son. Bingo. You said it before I could. I wonder with original post moving out if little brother will still be golden child. Or if she'll have to turn her toxicity to him. Doesn't sound like a good situation to be in either way. I'm wary of calling anyone in such a toxic household spoiled. More likely he's learned that he's safe as long as he meets mom's list of demands and expectations, and is rationalizing the rules to cope with the environment. He's young enough that I believe he just doesn't know how to process the idea that these rules are nonsensical and toxic, or that his parents' affection is conditional on such unreasonable standards, so instead he's convinced himself that this is the morally right way to behave and those who resist deserve what they get. Not distant from Stockholm Syndrome. I think spoiled would be more about getting his way, also a victim makes a lot more sense for the context, especially given that his spoiled behavior was trying to enforce a rule he was taught was important, and being upset when his home environment became tenser. He probably also wonders how much of mom's wrath will be directed at him if he's alone there. All love and affection is conditional with narcissists. He's learned that acting as mommy's little snitch gets him the good one status, which is a damn sight better than he sees his sisters getting. Favored kids end up really effed up. They either bend themselves into pretzels to keep pleasing everyone around them because rejection is so terrifying, or they drink the Kool-Aid and become entitled douchebags. I've met both types in my time. Golden children end up more messed up because they don't see what's going on as well as the scapegoat does. Fair enough. It's a fine line but an important distinction. This was me when I was a kid. I was scared stiff of my mom and tattled on my siblings constantly because I was convinced that if I didn't tattle our mom would find out and beat all three of us. My siblings still give me crap for tattling even though I lived in a constant state of fear. I thought my mom knew everything and that the only way to get out of being beat was to fess up. Sometimes our mom would interrogate us for literal hours. An entire evening spent standing in a line while she threatened us with a belt. Whoever confessed would only get hit once and the rest of us would get hit 3 times. If anyone lied, then everyone would get hit. It's hard on both sides of it. I have 2 little sisters. When I moved out, the middle one told our parents they had run into me after I explicitly asked her not to. It was an accident, I didn't arrange to meet or anything. She has also drank the family cult Kool-Aid. I love her dearly but I don't trust her at all and we aren't very close. I'm closer with the youngest. We were all dealt a crap sandwich, but the fact remains that we made different choices in how to deal with it. If you haven't tried this already, pick the sibling you're closest with. Sit down one-on-one. Say you're sorry for the crap when you were all younger and explain what you experienced. They may not be seeing past their own experiences. Hopefully that will help. We've had multiple heartfelt, drunken talks about our childhood. I'm very close to them now, so it all worked out. Our mom would play mind games that pit us against each other. One time she found the toilet paper in the bathroom had been all unraveled in a pile on the floor. Whenever something like this happened and she didn't know who did it, the following would occur. She would have us all line up while she brandished a belt. She would interrogate us in order going down the line. She'd ask the first sibling, "Did you know who did this?" If they said no, she'd say, "If you lie to me, I'll hit all 3 of you." If they still said no, she'd continue moving down the line. If she got to the end of the line and no one had confessed yet, she would hit all 3 of us with a belt. Rinse and repeat until one of us confessed. Sometimes she would put us through this even when she knew who the culprit was. Just to test us. This happened frequently between the ages of about 5 to 13. I was always the first to give up. So my siblings hated me for most of my childhood. She didn't think she was abusive because she got hit way harder when she was a kid. Honestly, she didn't hit us that hard. It was mostly mental torture, not physical. Oh, and the toilet paper that had unraveled on the floor? It was the cat. But she didn't believe us? Plus it can be harder for him to see, considering some rules don't apply to him. For example, he has never been ignored on his birthday because it was also a holiday. Your last point is on the money. In my blended household it felt like a game of flashlight tag. You were safe until the spotlight was on you. I feel bad for my younger step-sibling for dealing with a couple of years of our parents' dysfunctions, but I had to get out. Lol, the brother is 13-year-old boy. I wouldn't put any stock in anything he has to say regardless. NTA and Get Out. Go 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 go. If you're waiting for a sign it's time to go, this is the sign. I cannot express to you how fast you have to stop taking crap from her. Your mother has no right treating you like this and you got yourself a way out. Take it. I wouldn't say letting her treat you this way, more like stop taking her crap or something, because telling an abuse survivor that they let themselves be treated that way can be damaging. It's actually really lucky that original post can move out. Some abused people are stuck with their abusers because they're financially unable to leave or many other factors. They aren't letting themselves be treated this way, it's that they're just treated that way and it isn't their fault. You have a point, I'll edit my comment, thanks M8. Thank you, that's awesome. I totally agree with your point about the sign saying go go go. This thread here shows how two internet strangers can disagree, respectfully state reason, see the error and not be butthurt. I can't explain it, but this comment has made my day to read. D. Glad to hear it, always nice to make someone smile a little. Hope you're having a nice day. Same. So many commenters on this and other post form original posts don't understand what it's like to be 16 and living through this. Original post is doing a great job by reaching out in the first place. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.